They were only a few weeks old, a thin coat of fur, and their eyes still closed. But within hours of being discovered, these two baby bears were euthanized.
The little bears rolled out into the snow, so the bear den was wrecked, so Mom wasn't obviously going to come back for a while and the bears would have froze.
Kanina Finnegan's husband was working with a crew clearing logs near Logan Lake when a bear den with a mother and her babies inside was inadvertently destroyed. Scared, the mother ran off, leaving the two tiny cubs alone in the snow. Kanina's husband wrapped them in a jacket and called her to pick them up.
Oh my goodness.
As I could have called the conservation officer and they probably would have put them down right away, but I tried the Kamloops Wildlife Park because I thought there'd be a good chance of survival.
The Kamloops Wildlife Park took the cubs, but with no capacity to house the animals, they contacted the Ministry of Environment and were told almost immediately to put the bears down.
The time the cubs were dropped off until they were unfortunately euthanized was a pretty short period of time. It was probably about 20 minutes, half an hour. But during the time of first contact that we knew the bears were on transport here, the ministry had lots of time to explore its options and make that decision.
The issue is not saving them. The issue is are they rehabable to the point where they can be released and not get into trouble, not become a human safety issue or a problem.
Doug Jury gave the order to the BC Wildlife Park. He says bears raised by humans have a slim chance of survival and become a public safety concern once they're released back into the wild.
They need to be bottle fed regularly, and once they open their eyes on the person that's bottle feeding them, they're imprinted, and then I don't think you have releasable bears anymore. They have to be held for close to a year and a half before they'd have a chance of survival, which would have been very, very slim.
Kanina is outraged the cubs were put down so quickly. She was told that would only happen if no place could be found for them. So after calling around, she did find a rehabilitation center near Smithers, but was too late. Northern Lights Wildlife Society were willing to accept the bears and confident that they could care for them.
If we raise the bears and at time of release we have to say yes, they became too habituated, they can't be released, then that call can be made, but not at this age. It has worked for other bears. I'm not saying that it 100% would have worked for these bears, but they at least deserve to be given a chance.
BC Wildlife Park officials say it was extremely difficult to put down bears so young, but they have some advice for the public when coming into contact with wild animals.
Leave it alone. Picking it up and handling it is the first step to its demise, unfortunately.